The Expressions Podcast live again, and today I'm so fucking excited because I have a producer that I really have been listening to since 2021. Yes, 2021, a long fucking time ago. So I know I look at him right now, I can see his face, he's thinking like, how the fuck has it been since 2021? That would be because of Homicide Gang. So that's a little hint of who this is. But without further ado, I'm joined by the legendary jwade. Jwade, welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing?
What's good? What's good?
Dude, well, jwade, I'm doing fantastic. I mentioned I have you on the show right now. You've, like I said, been tapped into since 2021, which is insane. Big O shit, Homicide Gang, many, many years
Yep.
ago. Their first sort of foray into the mainstream or just underground scene in general, sort of popping out of nowhere. But before we get into that, start us
Yeah.
off. Tell the people, where are you from?
All right. I'm Jay Wade for people who don't know, but I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, kind of middle of nowhere, or like, yeah, not really middle of nowhere, but there's not really music going on there too much. Uh, but yeah, Indianapolis, and I live in Cincinnati right now.
Okay. Indianapolis, Indiana. I mean, Indianapolis to me, from the outside looking in. It seems like a really interesting city, though. I mean, I look at you got the Colts, you have the Pacers, two major sports teams.
Yep.
Indiana is an interesting place in itself. There's a lot of things that go on in Gary, Indiana, which I know is essentially Chicago. It's another place in Indiana
Yeah.
that I know. But what can you say about Indianapolis, man? Obviously, you said it's not the biggest music scene there. Not necessarily a lot going on, maybe a lot of fields or something along those lines. But what have you taken away from growing up in a place like that in Middle America?
Well, I mean, I kind of grew up like 20 minutes outside of the city,
Mhm.
so I didn't get to like experience what like I guess like a urban environment. I was more in like the suburbs,
Mhm.
but uh like the music scene there, I mean like growing up, I don't know, there wasn't like or when I first started making beats, I guess there was really only like a few people from my city that I like knew that I had to like find. No one big. But I could just be on like aware, I guess, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure
No,
there's no
I
one that
trust you. I trust you. I feel like you're pretty aware. If there was someone in Indianapolis blowing up, you would definitely know.
I would have known, yeah, I thought, but there was a few like smaller artists that I'm still like cool with to this day that I like first started sending beats to in like 2018 or whatever,
Wow.
2019. Uh, but yeah, I don't know, like there's not like a huge underground scene. It's not like Atlanta or like even Dallas or any like city like that where there's like poppin' rappers that are from the city or like there's a few other producers that I'm really like in the last 2 years just now like finding out about. But yeah, like music scene there, it's not like too much going on. There's a few people like shout out to Don444X, shout out to Not Love Runts. Those are like two rappers that I'm cool with from my city. But like
Nice.
other than that, there's not a ton of people that I don't know that I'm like at least familiar with from the area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, Jay Wade, why can't you be the one to pave the way right now? Pave the way for a whole new generation of Indianapolis artists coming up,
I mean,
right?
hopefully, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. Shout out Indianapolis regardless. But Jay Wade, give me the origin story, man. Why are we on this podcast? Why did you start making music? How did you start making music? Yeah, give me that whole story.
All right. So I feel like it was probably similar to a lot of other people. Like, just started as like something fun to do. Like I was like 14 or 15, like freshman in high school. Um, like just as like a competition with my friends, like, oh, who could make the best beat on GarageBand?
Yeah.
And then, uh, like it just, I kind of like took it a little more seriously. Like, or I just like was more interested in it, I guess. Like I would watch the Genius Deconstructed videos and like
Yep, always.
Internet Money cook-ups, like just shit like that that like a lot of people watch. Busy Works Beats. And then I like switched over to FL like at the end of my freshman year. And then I didn't really take it too like seriously. Like I didn't know if I wanted to go to college for the longest time or go do anything like after high school. Um, but I knew like, oh, if this making beats shit works out, like that's what I want to do. Um, or this producing shit. And yeah, like I kind of uh took it more seriously like my junior year, like 2021. Like I right after a whole lot of red dropped.
Yep.
I was like, and like I was starting to listen to like Ken Carson and like Lucky a lot before then, and like Uno, and I would make like those type of beats and like try to like replicate what I heard, and that's from where like I guess yeah I'll stop there, but yeah like I the big O shit melody I was in like a loop kit that I dropped on YouTube
Wow.
um that Keaton found like it was the first loop kit I dropped like four on YouTube ever and it was like the first one I ever dropped in like 2021, like probably a month after a whole lot of red dropped. I was just trying to make like filthy type melodies,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I feel like there wasn't a ton of people doing it at the time. Like the videos were getting like a few thousand views because like it was a new sound and like dropping loop kits. Like it was a thing, but it wasn't like a huge thing yet. I guess maybe it was, but I don't know. At least for this niche, it wasn't. And I didn't really like jump on it like I could have, but I guess it did work out because I got that Homicide gang song from a loop kit, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, a lot of unpack there for me.
Yeah,
First of all, I think it's so cool though, how you started just really, really fucking around, like little competition with your friends. Say, hey, who
yeah,
can make the best beat on GarageBand? I remember fucking around in GarageBand all the time, me and a couple of my friends, and those are just great, great memories. But then to see you really do it and sort of get bit by the producing bug, let's call it, and
yeah,
sort
for
of
sure.
get really invested in it, and then like you said, start to take it really seriously, and to the point we're at now, we're talking, and again, I see in front of me a whole list of placements and shit you've been a part of. It's absolutely incredible to see where you've gotten to this point. And then something that's so fire that I got to talk to Keenum a lot, I was so interested about is, and you've just mentioned it, just YouTube, the YouTube beat community, the YouTube producer community. Mentioning putting, posting a loop kit, a filthy type loop kit on YouTube. I feel like a lot of producers, I feel like I know in the community, majority of them don't do really anything on YouTube. Like it's not very popular, but I talk to Keenum, I talk to you. You guys are so adamant about YouTube. What can you say about the YouTube beat community, the type beat community, dropping loop kits on YouTube? What can you say about how much has that helped your career? Obviously, it definitely did, as you just,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'd it definitely helped my career for sure. Like in the beginning, like 20, I feel like it's changed a little bit too. Like I'm not as tapped in with it as I used to be. And it's not like I had like really crazy success on YouTube. It was like more like YouTube helped me in a different way where it helped me get placements. Where usually I feel like YouTube helps you like you make money on BeatStars, where I had like a little bit of success on there, not like a ton, but like for because that's I feel like the normal YouTube grind is like you're grinding BeatStars sales. But for me it was more like I posted on YouTube like for like a year kind of consistently and from like those people that I met on YouTube kind of transferred over to Instagram and then that like transferred into placements, I guess, to an
yeah,
extent.
yeah.
Yeah. So in a
That-
different way than like the traditional way kind of.
Yeah, but again, so cool that you're sort of taking your own path there, made your own path, and whatever was working, you just started, you just kept doing. If it was working, whether it was YouTube, you just kept going through it, and then obviously, as you mentioned, through that sort of process and getting to placements, whatever works for jwade, it works, man. You just make shit happen. That's the most important part.
Facts.
So, jwade, man, I mean, let's tell the people what you've done. It's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. And I'm looking at especially your couple of replacements from last year. Absolutely incredible. But let's start again. Big O shit, Homicide Gang. How crazy was it though? Because that song came out in 2021, and I mentioned like I remember when that Homicide Gang tape came out. I was like, who the fuck are these people? And you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, this shit is incredible. What was it like? Because it seems like you said you mentioned like setting some shit out in like 2018, 19 maybe, but
Yeah.
2021 posts a whole lot of red, this whole new sound. You're like, what is this? And I felt the same way. I think a lot of people obviously felt the same way. A lot of people come on the show and speak about how influential a whole lot of red is. But regardless, you make a loop kit drops, you and Keatum get this placement with Homicide Game. What was that like really early on to get such a major placement like that? Was it where you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, so basically pre 2021, I had had like really no success. Like I'd made maybe like 20 to $30 in sales total off like beats. Like I had like less than maybe 100 followers on my Instagram. So like 2021 and those like first 6 months of the year, I just like grinded like trying to network or not network, but just meet as many people on Instagram as I could like in the same niche of like I don't know, just the new underground at the time, which at the time was like Homicide Gang, Yeet, uh, I don't even know, like Summers and people like
Yeah.
that.
Of course.
And yeah, so I had not really heard of Homicide Gang before I got that placement with them. So at the time, I was like, oh, this is crazy because to me, I was new to getting any songs with anybody. And then what it turned into was even crazier because like I don't know, because they're huge now, but it was like crazy at the time because I was like, oh damn, like I'm actually kind of like starting to get songs with rappers, which was like a big deal because I hadn't really had nothing that dropped before then. So for that to be like one of my first like placements, I guess, was pretty crazy.
Mm.
Um, what it's turned into, and then like yeah, from not I had like not really heard about him, and I was in this Instagram group chat, and I like sent the snippet before it dropped, and there some this dude Noble texted me back, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like they're friends with Cardi, like
Yeah.
uh." And I like looked into it a little more, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that Beano song on Whole Lot of Red
He's
is literally
the
talking about
the guy in the
Homicide
song.
Beano. Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit!" Like this is for real. And I don't know, it was cool, but I didn't expect it to turn into like what it turned into now, I guess. And it's cool that it has. Um, because I'd only heard about them like YouTube had recommended me one of their songs, and I listened to it and I liked it on SoundCloud. That's all I had really known about them. And now it's like they're on Opium, like they're going on tour with Cardi, like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It was so interesting when that dropped because yeah, it was really out of nowhere. It was really like again, if you
It
knew
was.
yeah, if you knew the very storylines of the underground, right? If you knew about all the little stories and the beefs or whatever it may be, you might have known about Homicide Bino and Homicide Michi, but for a lot
Yeah.
of people, they're like, who the fuck are these guys? But they're doing insane numbers and the music is absolutely insane. So that, yeah,
Yeah.
such a cool moment and such a legendary song though, Big O shit, in my opinion. Such a legendary song.
Yeah, that
Crazy
beat is
beats.
crazy.
Crazy as fuck. So to keep on continuing here, it's not the only song you make. That's the only song we've talked about so far. Quest, Dom Corleo off Omeo last year. You produced that with Cody and Keatum. Sick song. I'm a huge fan of Dom. And yeah, that whole album was really good. Then if looks could kill, Destroy Lonely. Biggest problem. You're on there again with Cody and Keaton. That
Hmm.
song's over 1 million streams now on SoundCloud, obviously millions across all platforms. One of the most anticipated albums of 2023, especially in the underground. Just if looks can kill in general was talked about for fucking years, it felt like. What was it like to get on that, man? What did it feel like to see, damn, I just got a loan placement on if looks could kill?
I mean, it was pretty crazy. It was like surreal. Like, I don't know, because I listened alone for like a while before then, and like I wanted to get a song with him, of course. But I like hearing I had a song with him or whatever. It was probably around like a year ago, around this time, like February of 2023. It would have been, and like it was. I was definitely like hyped. I remember like being with my friends and like showing them like, oh shit, like I got a song with Lone, like this is cool. But usually like when that happens, you're like, oh, it's gonna be a unreleased shit or it's like
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
never gonna drop. So like I kind of knew like can't get too excited about it because I might not even ever hear it. Like I all I got was like I got a text like, oh, we got a song with Lone from Keaton and Cody. And then probably like a month or two later, um my parents were like gone for the weekend or something, and I was like alone at my crib, and then I got like the actual like contract or whatever for the song, or like I got the text that like that they wanted to drop it, and I remember just like calling my dad and like telling him like, oh, I might need to get like a lawyer or whatever, because like it's kind of a or it could be a big deal and like
No, no, it's
yeah
he's a very much of a huge deal. Don't downplay that shit. Do not downplay that shit here, please.
or yeah it was a big deal, but
It's a
like
huge deal. It's
yeah
yeah, Opium major label release. Yeah, no, that dude, that would that reach in the Billboard like top 20
yeah
albums,
it was like
top
top 20.
15?
I think it
Yeah,
was like 16 to 18 something like that.
yeah, that's not no small or medium sized deal at all. That's a big ass fucking deal right there for sure.
Well, because I had like other songs before like that had dropped that where I had like a contract sent to me or whatever. Like I had a song with Jaleel that had
I
dropped
dude,
before.
you beat me to it. I was the next thing I was gonna ask you is well first off, before we move on, shout out Lone now, biggest problem was one of
Oh
the
yeah,
better
yeah.
songs off of if looks could kill. Fucking hell, that was hard to say
Appreciate
right
that.
there.
Yeah.
Jaleel, Showtime. Dude, I before I was obviously I do my research as I always say for these and I've never heard that song. I have no idea you ever made
Yeah.
a song for Jaleel. I was
It's
like,
random, yeah.
is that the same Jay Wade? Is that the same Jay Wade? But yes, it 100% is. Showtime has like 600 almost 600K on SoundCloud now. How did that happen? Because Jaleel is really one of the most interesting just musical figures that I see out there, dude. He's doing fucking backflips off of like buildings and landing him, and he's what is like 6'6", like 280 pounds.
Yeah. I don't know, it's super random, just like I don't know, it kind of just happened like I was sending loops out to this other producer named Sonny. He's from UK. Shout out
Okay,
to him.
shout out to him.
And uh he just got like I sent it was my loop. He did the drums and he was like tapped in with maybe Juliel's manager or something and was sending beats through him. And yeah, we got that song. Like it was still kind of early on. Like Juliel, he's pretty big now, but like he was smaller at the time.
For sure.
Um, so like it was like small. And he was still at the size where like he would respond to his DMs or he at least responded to me when I like reposted it and stuff. And like we talked a little bit.
That's fire.
So like that was the uh first song that dropped where it was like actually official. Like he was signed to a label, I think. So he like had to send me a contract or something.
Oh
And
wow.
so like I had told my parents knew about that, and they like I told them that, like that was like a big deal, but like when I got that Alone song, I was like, oh, this is on like a little bit of a different level now.
Yeah, no, it's on a completely, yeah, it's a completely different ball game right there, completely. But
Yeah,
I really do think the Julia thing is really cool because the
yeah,
fact
it
that you
is.
were because 2 years ago too, and that's why I was caught off guard. I was like 2 years ago, I feel like I only started really seeing him around probably like last year sometime. I just started seeing like all these IG reels or him on fucking TikTok or YouTube shorts of him just like I said doing fucking backflips at all these shows and shit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what he was on the same thing at the time, just like it was a little bit earlier on. He still had a few
Exactly.
hundred K, I think, followers maybe, but I'm sure he's in the millions now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, for sure, 100%. He definitely blew up crazy in 2023. Shout out Jaleel, man. Shout out Jaleel.
Yeah, shout out to him.
So just a few more songs that I fuck with really heavy. But one obviously really big one you can't leave out is Yeet, Built Different with Keatum.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and I think it's so cool because on your Instagram and your highlights you have the snippet of Yeet listening to that song in the studio or whatever, someone's taking a video of him, and I always think that's so cool because you're capturing a moment in history that you could sort of look back on when the moment you saw that story of your beat and Yeet on that song, and Yeet obviously is undoubtedly one of the biggest artists in the world currently, man. So,
Facts.
and at the time, that was like what, like 2 years ago now, 2.5 years ago, because I remember when that song came out. I'm diehard Yeet
Yeah,
in those earlier times, and it was insane. What was that like? Did you fuck with him heavy at the time?
yeah. I knew about him too a little bit before then. It was like the same month as the Homicide Gang song, which they're on the same beat actually. So it was like
Yeah,
weird. It was
yeah,
weird like getting both of those to come out, and they were both kind of small at the time, like Homicide and Yeet.
yeah.
Um, but Yeet, I like it was like I think he probably dropped that snippet like a week before 4L came out.
Mm,
So I thought like, oh, it might be on that album because he like posted it on his story and everything. Like it wasn't like a live video. It was like he actually posted it on his story, and it was kind of like a weird like he almost was. it was like an edited video, like a music video almost, but it wasn't. But uh, turns out, yeah, it never made it on the album, or I think he just made new music and like he really blew up after 4L, like with Sorry About That
Yep, of
and
course,
all
of course.
that. So like I think he it was just one where like at the at the time by the time he dropped his next album, he had newer music with like bigger features. Probably I don't know if, who was on his next
No,
album after that, but I know
that was what was that? Up Next? What was that called? The one with
Up to
the
Me.
black cover. Up to Me. Yeah, Up to Me. Thank you.
Yeah,
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 no, that was yeah, that would take was crazy. I that would have been so sick if you guys would have been on 4L though. Damn, I'm so disappointed
yeah.
that that was like around that time because I remember first day 4L came out. I was
Me
there.
too.
Oh my God. That shit was crazy. I mean, hearing Sorry About That for the first time, like
Yeah, that was
obviously
one of
I
my
know
favorite songs for the longest.
forever. I get it. It obviously blew up crazy, but every time I hear that song, I'm like, this is one of the
Yeah,
best songs I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, how does it
yeah,
do this? But wow, that would have been so cool to be on 4L. Regardless, though,
yeah.
the Eat song still exists, though. Can't take that away.
I I remember I was driving to like we were I was it was I'm trying to think. I was like going to senior year in my high school and it was like the summer in between junior and senior year. And um I was driving to Michigan with my friends. We were going on vacation and 4L just dropped and we were listening to all of like the what's the first song on that album? Do you remember the name?
Oh, wait, what'd you just say?
The first song on that album?
Mm,
I don't remember the name, but we were like listening to that with windows down, like just going crazy. Like I forget. I wish I knew the name of the song off the
no,
top of my
don't
head.
worry, don't worry. Teslas and Rovers, yeah.
Yeah, like that beat
Teslas
is
and Rovers.
crazy.
So
Yeah,
crazy. Every one of these songs is just mind blowing to me when I first heard it. But I love what you just said though. How like you remember where you were, like that tape, like 4L in general, just surrounds you with just really good energy, man. Just good memories.
facts.
Your boy, you and your boys driving to Michigan. Where you guys going to like a
Yeah,
lake or some shit?
yeah, we were going to like Lake Michigan.
Fuck yeah,
Uh,
fuck yeah.
yeah.
That's like, yeah, no, that's funny because like where I live, it's like beaches and shit like that.
Hmm.
I live on Long Island. It's like it's all the way it's just the East Coast, so it's all beaches and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
But when I think about people who live obviously extremely inland, gotta go to the lake and stuff. But the lakes look fun as shit, man. Like especially up there, the because I guess you're closest to Lake Michigan.
yeah. It's like a 2 hour drive to Lake Michigan. Like we were going up there to go camping. I think something
Oh,
like that.
right.
Just
Oh,
like
jwade the outdoorsman, man.
I mean, something you just it's fun to do in the summer. I don't know. Yeah, I fuck with it
I'm funny
heavy.
with you. I love it all. But so,
Yeah.
couple more hits from you. One Kind, BFF Ben, excuse me, with Barlos. I love that fucking song.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a good
Bear
one.
One Boss, I know that right. With you produced that with Laveau. I think that song is so
Yeah.
fucking good. I love Bear. Teflon, Two Voices. You produced that with 214. I love that song. Slim GGP, Just Because. It was like it's on Barlow's page, a bunch of you. I think Friday's on it too. I think one more
Hmm.
person. That beat is fucking crazy. I just heard that for the first time in a long time. When I was listening to like a bunch of your shit. I was like, wow, what the fuck? You know the crazy song like Glock Kitty, Red Clothes, just like another
Oh
random
yeah, yeah.
mess. I thought that was fire that I found. Yeah, but dude, obviously you have a shit ton more placements. I could go on forever, but dude, at this point, what does the success feel like, man? You've been on some of the biggest projects. You've worked with such a wide array of guys for, the past 2, 3 years now, which is crazy to say. And I know I said this earlier where I've been tapped into you since 2021, which is insane to me that
Which is crazy. Yeah.
time is flying the fuck by, Jay Wade. It's
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. But you've been around for a while now, and you every year you're seeing this incremental success, very visibly, very clearly. So, what does it feel to just in general success to see so many people fucking with your music and having impacted so many people with your music so far?
Oh man, it feels crazy, and it's just like I know it's just the beginning. Like I'm just excited for the future. Like because 2 years ago was really just the beginning, and it still kind of feels like that. To where like I just want to see where I'm at in like 2025, 2027. Like I'm excited for those days when like I can look back on now and be like, oh man, the people who are tapped in nowadays, like they were really there, still in the beginning. Like I feel still like it's early on. Like I'm ready to, I don't know, go up even more.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's still very early on right now, but I think a lot of people from, I guess you could say, our sort of scene in our community right now. I think in the next year and the next 2 years, you're gonna start to see just take that major step up where, yeah, it was underground, there's just a you were known, but taking that step up to like now, no, 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 there's no debating. jwade, he's one of the top producers out right now in this scene. You know what I mean? Everyone's going like
Yeah, yeah.
a jwade beat is like, oh shit. I think that already, but now this is for the even a step up where it's like more mainstream placements. Like I just saw this morning or it's yesterday. Reed, obviously.
Oh yeah, Don Toliver.
Bro, what the fuck? That's
Yeah, that's
insane.
fire.
Then I
It
saw that, I'm
is.
like, damn, what? I mean, good for him. I mean, he deserves it. He's so, so
Yeah,
talented. But I think you're gonna see this year and next year so much more of that. People from the scene just doing the crazy shit,
I
working with the
definitely agree.
craziest people. Um, I'm curious though, is this something you were expecting when you were, first started out in that competition with your boys? Who can make the best beat in a garage band? Were you expecting to say, hey, I just got a Destroy Lonely placement, a few years later? Was the success something that you envisioned, or every time you see someone like one of your songs or whatever, maybe you're like, what the fuck is going on? I can't believe this.
I don't know, man. Honestly, probably not. Like at the beginning, I had no idea like what it was going to turn into, and like it is just crazy, like to know how far I've come. Like it's been like how what's 2024? I don't know, like 5, 6 years since I
Yeah,
really started, and it's been a long journey, I guess. But it's like I don't know. It's weird to like think about now because I do remember like telling my friends like, "Oh man, I might want to do this music shit or whatever," and they're like being like, "Well, like I don't know, like you might want to get like a normal job, like I don't know." And then like now, whenever I see them, I'm talking about it, they're always just like, "Oh shit!" Like they kind of see the vision now. Like
yeah, yeah,
it's definitely cooler to be like for that to happen, where it's like at first people don't really get it, and now they start to see the vision once you start to like prove yourself, I guess, a little bit.
yeah. It's just the facts, The majority of
Yep.
people, when you go out and try to do something yourself or do something unconventional or do something, like music where it has this weird stigma to it, because, it's either you're Drake or you're nobody to most people when they look at music,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
like, oh, I haven't heard of you. You can't be doing anything cool, right? But when
Exactly.
but when you actually take the time and really build yourself up, you get to positions where, yeah, I was on Inflix to Kill. That was a top 15 album, all albums on Billboard. Like, yeah, you might have not heard of it, but I'll tell you what, there's a few other millions and millions of people globally who have heard of it. I got Destroy
Yeah.
Lonely. Destroy Lonely went on a fucking world tour. He came out to me here in New York. He came out to LA. He also is in Germany. He's also in fucking where he was in Milan, he probably was in
Hmm.
Indiana too. God damn it. He definitely was in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
for something that you create goes globally like that. It's a shame you gotta like prove people. It's a shame like they can't see the vision off rip, the majority of people. But again, that's just how the world is, Jay Wade. What can we do, man? What can we do?
Yeah, that's one of the craziest feelings. Like I remember like I think it was like when Cardi was on tour or something where I think Big O shit got played at like Madison Square Garden
That's
somehow.
insane.
And I remember just talking to Keaton about that. Like that is crazy that like our beat we played got played on those speakers. And like I think it was like the DJ or something played it, but like still that's just crazy. That was like crazy to hear. And like it's even crazier now. Like Lone played our shit at Lollapalooza, and
Yep.
like I don't know, yeah, it's being played around the world. It is weird to think about, but it's
Yeah,
awesome too.
yeah, dude, it's absolutely incredible to think about. I love that story about Madison Square Garden because you said so well, being played on those speakers. It's
Yeah,
different,
yeah,
man. It's different. Like the amount of the actual music that's been played out of there, the people performed out of there, and for Big O shit, a beat that you made, like cooking up in your room, probably just chilling
yeah,
one day, like is played at a place with a magnitude of like that or Lollapalooza, and the music is making people move. It's making people feel something, and that's because of you. I always think that's absolutely incredible, and I feel like music isn't valued enough. I really do think obviously people are, oh, I love music, but it's so, so incredible what music's able to do to people, man. It really is.
facts. Yeah, that's just like a crazy like accomplishment to be on that to be on the list of songs that have been played at that venue even.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a big list, but all those songs are like crazy.
Nah, dude, 100%. I mean, you're gonna be telling your grandkids that, man. It's just a
Yeah,
legendary, it's just legendary moment in the career of Jay Wade, man.
it definitely is.
So
Yeah.
I'm curious, what song are you most proud of? What song do you think is your best song you've ever made? You could those can
Mm,
be two different answers though, to be fair. So you could they could be two different answers, but they might be the same answer though. But I'm interested in both questions. What are you most proud of, and what do you think the best song you've ever made is that you've been a part of?
okay, well, on the song that I'm probably most proud of is the Lone song,
For sure.
but I feel like the best song that I've made or whatever, I don't know if it exists yet. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting better every day.
No, no,
And
no. Okay. I agree with
but
you.
I don't know.
But
I don't
that's
know if
out
it
right now.
exists
That's
yet.
out right now. I'm not gonna let you out like that. I'm not gonna let you out like that. That's out right
Oh,
now.
oh man.
That like a
That's out
listener
right now.
can go
Okay,
stream
okay.
right after this.
My favorite song that I've produced that's out right now. If I was giving someone a song to listen to, it would probably be Biggest Problem. But if it's a song that I produced that most people probably haven't heard, I guess, or if I would say there's this Matt Ox song on SoundCloud that I produced that let me look at the name real quick.
Yeah. Please do this live. Please do this live. I'm looking this up
Because
right now too.
it just came out like not long ago. It was like a leak from a while ago.
Damn.
Um, it's called Matt Ox Dead or Alive,
Yeah.
and it's a
Damn.
melody I made in 2021. And so
That's
yeah,
insane.
I would say probably just that's a song that I'm I guess proud of right now because it just dropped and I remember hearing about it like a few years ago. And or what was the question? Proud of and
Yeah,
song
prior to
that
what? Yeah, the song your best song, like you think is okay. This is the best song. I can listen to this on repeat myself.
I guess it would probably yeah, I guess I would say song I'm most proud of and best would probably be Biggest Problem.
Both
But
ways, yeah.
if I'm gonna tell someone like and they probably haven't heard it, it'd probably be that Matt Ox one.
Damn, I've never even heard that song either. That
It is
I
pretty
could not
random.
find it. Yeah, it is like 250 streams. So
Yeah,
it's like some random ass page. That's so fire. No, I
yeah.
cannot wait to listen to this. That's crazy, and it's this guy's only song on his page. That's the only song.
Yeah, he's the co-producer. Like I think I don't know, he like just got the song somehow and just dropped it. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it is. Yeah, Trap Star with 13.
yeah,
Okay, Germany.
random.
Yo, shout out
Yep,
to you. Yeah,
he is
shout out
so fire.
Trap Star with 13. That's a crazy ass name. I fuck with it,
Yeah.
bro. So, Jay Wade, one of your very frequent collaborators, Keatum, Expressions podcast alumni as well. One of my favorite producers as well, and one of the nicest people that I've really ever encountered in this shit. Um, Talk to me about your relationship with him. How did it start? How'd you meet him? And what can you say about being able to not only get to work with a guy who's so talented, but at the same time, some of your biggest career accomplishments thus far are literally shared with him, whether that was with Homicide Gang, with Dom, with Lone. Yeah, so what has it been like to get so close to a guy like Keatum?
Oh my gosh, it's been like it's super cool. I'm trying. We first probably met or first talked DM'd maybe like 2021. Like around that time when probably like a few months before the Homicide Gang song came out. Like he was using my loops from YouTube. We were both like pretty small producers at the time. I think he was like a little bit bigger than me, but we were on like the same kind of level. We probably had both like less than maybe 1,000 followers. Um, yeah, and we would like steadily DM because we had those two songs together. Because like especially with that beat on because they're the Yeet song and the Homicide Gang song, uh, both were on the same beat. And then like that beat just blew up on YouTube because it was a YouTube type beat originally. And so like anyone was rapping on it. Like there's probably 100 songs on SoundCloud on that beat,
Yeah,
maybe more. And so like we would just like joke about like all the funny songs and like stuff like that. Um, and then I don't know, like last year, I would say around this time, or no, 2 years ago, maybe like 2022, we really like started to lock in. I like got on Discord more, which
yeah,
was not on before, but now I'm on it like heavy. Like I really fuck with this Discord now.
Yeah, Cord is amazing.
Yeah. And so like last year, because I wasn't in school and he was in online school, and so like we would hop on like every night and just like cook up for like hours or just sit there and talk, like not even cook up. And he's just like definitely one of the realest people I've ever met in this producing shit. Like coolest people. Now we've got to link up twice actually, once in Nashville and then once we went to New York in December.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely like just one of the most down to earth people. Like I could talk to him about like really anything. Doesn't have to be music. Same with him and Necessary. We would us three would always hop on a call.
Ness, another Expressions podcast alum, man. Fucking legend
Yeah.
there, bro. What a legend he is.
Yeah,
Such
those
a
two
nice
people
kid.
I could just talk to them about whatever for like hours. Like we would stay up till like 3 in the morning just talking about like life shit. So that's super cool that like I've been able to have that. And it's definitely like motivated me more to like really want to do this because we're like genuine friends outside of just the music shit. So it's super dope.
Yeah, it's so great to hear that, man. So great to hear you have someone in your corner like that who not only pushes you to be better, but is celebrating your wins when shit is going well, but also when shit's not going well and shit's a bit slow out there, he's there to be like, nah, bro, let's keep pushing through. Let's keep pushing through. We
Facts.
got this,
Yeah, we've
right?
both been there. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that's amazing to hear. And shout out Discord, man. There those Discord calls with everyone cooking up. Obviously, I'm not a producer nor an artist, but I've been in the chord till the
Hmm.
very late hours of the night listening to people cook up and just having a grand old time. And it really,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so much fun, man. It really is. So talk to me though about the New York trip though that you guys had. I saw it was you, Kim, as you said, Patrick was there too. Proud by Patrick,
Yeah.
absolutely insane producer. First time in New
Yeah.
York.
Uh, I went with my dad when I was in maybe like eighth grade. We went for like a few days and saw like Empire State Building,
Okay,
Statue of
okay,
Liberty.
yeah, yeah,
Went to like the Supreme store,
yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I was like
So
13 or 14, but this is really like my first time like actually being there, like getting to experience what the vibe is like. Like I don't know, I really like it a lot. Like I'm definitely gonna come back soon.
yeah, what was your favorite takeaway from the New York trip in general? Oh, wait, actually, let me back up. What was your favorite? What was your biggest takeaway just from New York in general? Being in New York City, being in Manhattan, being in the largest city in America, and one of the sort of epicenters of the world. It's a crazy
Oh,
place. It's a crazy
it
place.
is
Like,
crazy.
yeah, mhm.
I just feel like being there, it's like you don't really get to slow down a lot, which I kind of like. Like especially at this time in my life, where it's like I want to just be on go. Like uh, I don't know, like it's not a place where there's like a time to like chill out. Like you gotta go. There's always something to do. There's always people there to meet. Especially maybe like if you live there for a few years, like it definitely would get boring, like any place probably would. But like just being there for a week, it just like felt like a whole new world damn near compared to like the Midwest. Like I don't know, it's just like there's always like a reason to work and there's always like I don't know. I liked it a lot though. I definitely would live there one day, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. No, So obviously, like I've mentioned a couple times on here already, and just in general, being from New York myself.
Yeah,
I've been, I've been some other places in the world for sure, but there's nothing like New York City for whatever reason that is. And it's something I like you said a lot was it always feels like you have to do something because the energy in there, everyone is always just locked in, tunnel vision on the move, going 1,000 miles per hour, and it never stops and never stops. You look out your window, there's always something going on. And it just a lot of times, and from talking to people who I know live there, it's like they feed off of that energy, right? They feed off of that, they see it, and then they're like, bro, it's a definitely an incredible environment to be in. So that's
definitely.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool that you get the opportunity to do some shit like that. And obviously, I know jwade will be back in New York State sooner or later. But
Hopefully this
what was
summer, yeah, like a
Oh
few
yeah,
months.
100%. What was it like to, because I saw you guys in the studio as well,
Hmm.
somewhere in New York. What was that like, man? What was that like? How far was that for producing somewhere in Manhattan in some professional studio? That has to be so sick.
It was crazy. It was like I had never really, I'd never been to like a true studio before in my
Yeah.
life. Like I had cooked up with Keat in Nashville, and like in like people's like my your homies like basement or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
But like in Indianapolis, like I'm not like that tapped in with any of the engineers or like other producers that well that like could get studio time. So it was my first time like being in the studio, like having a session for a few hours, or like we were really there for like 6, 7 hours, maybe even 8, or it was like 6 hours at one point. But like, yeah, it was just crazy to just be like locked in there. You get to hear everything like so perfectly. It's so
Yeah,
loud.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just like a vibe, and like I don't know, I definitely could see myself like doing that multiple times a week if I got the opportunity to. Like I definitely enjoyed it a lot. Like it was a good experience, and I'm glad that was kind of my first experience of it because it was like as real as it got.
Dude, that's so so amazing. That's so sick to hear though to have the opportunity to get into a studio like that, especially in Manhattan. I mean, the energy, the vibes in there are probably unmatched, man. Absolutely unmatched. Like some shit you never felt before. So
Yeah.
so far. So this is something that you sort of mentioned to me before the call. I did not know this about you, but it's a passion I say of a lot of people in our community and in the underground. But you mentioned that you're currently in school for fashion being in
hmm
New York, one of the fashion capitals of the world. Such a crazy place, man. So what does fashion mean to you in general, and what originally got you into clothes and yeah, what about fashion to you is just so it's Jay Wade. It's for Jay Wade.
Oh man, I don't know. Like, I definitely I like art in general. Like, I feel like
Mhm,
I kind of always have. So like music, fashion, movies, like just shit like that. Photography even. Like I've always kind of like just been interested in that, or not always, but like really since like 13, 14, like that age. Like once you get into high school, like once I
mhm.
stopped playing sports, that's kind of what where that love turned into like different types of art. And uh I used to not, I mean, I don't know, like fashion is subjective, so like it's up to you whether you say that whatever that I could dress, but I definitely could not dress or like back in like high school, like up until like I was 16 or 17. And I remember like just going on Instagram and like wanting to like have good outfits, but I just like didn't have the awareness, or I didn't know how to like uh
Approach it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
approach it at all. Yes, but I like started going to Goodwill once I got like my driver's license, and I would start thrifting, and that like uh I don't know, really influenced me because at Goodwill like everything might be cheap, but you could find like unless you're looking for a specific brand, you could find damn near any trend or any type of thing you want to hop on. Like you can find that at a thrift store, which I fuck
100%.
with heavy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I got into like older clothes. I feel like a lot like last year, like I guess vintage fashion, like 60s and like 70s shit. Like I really fuck with that.
Fuck yeah, yeah, yeah. Why
Or
not?
even like older like military shit. But like yeah, I don't know. I fuck with it from the outside looking in, and like I could see myself doing something in it one day, hopefully.
I really don't see why you couldn't, man. I think we see sort of this symbiotic relationship between music and fashion where, even from a producer standpoint, when I'm on YouTube watching the Givenchy show and the music is produced by Starboy and Out of Town for
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
for whatever reason that is. Why not? Because it's
yeah,
I would do that too, but to actually see that in real time is insane. Or you look at the Elite show from a couple of years ago, and the whole soundtrack was just filthy beats. That was the whole thing.
yeah,
It was so fire. That whole thing is just so good. So yeah, why wouldn't see why not? Obviously, I know that's like really specific examples, but
yeah,
why
yeah.
couldn't you? Why couldn't you start the next just incredible brand? Why not? Jay Wade, if you could start a brand right now, what would you call it? What would the name be?
I have no idea. I wish I had an answer for that. I do not
Yep,
have an answer.
it'll come. It'll come. I know it'll come.
Yeah,
So
I will.
Jay Wade, my question for you right now. I told you I was gonna ask you this before the show. I see
Yeah.
this in your Instagram highlights as well. Your name is Wade. You have a Dwayne Wade jersey in your highlights. What does Dwayne Wade mean to you? I thought maybe your last name was Wade, but I don't know now. I don't know now.
No, yeah,
We
yeah.
got a big Dwayne Wade fan in the building right now. Talk to me.
Oh, well, so my last name is Wade, so
Oh, okay.
that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have this we share the same last name. Like my name is Jackson Wade, so
Ah,
J Wade. But
cool.
that's just what I don't know, I've been called that like since like middle school. But Dwayne Wade, I don't know, I grew up since we shared the last name, it's just always something that I like
Yeah.
said like I'm a Dwayne Wade fan and I was a Pacers fan growing up, like
uh, yeah.
Paul George, big Paul George fan.
Yeah. That
And
Miami Big Three during those times.
yeah,
Tough.
like the Pacers would always play the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, so I would
Yep.
like be a Pacers fan, but I would also be a Dwayne Wade fan because we had the last name. Or like I would go to basketball practice and wear the Dwayne Wade jersey
Got my
because
name
you'd
on
have
the
to
back.
wear because you had to wear the thing with the name on your back or like tryout, so they knew who you were. So I'll just pull up in the Dwayne Wade jersey
Yeah, you're like
and
that. You're like, yeah, this is really me. I really do this shit, bro.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I like basketball. Like uh, I grew up watching him. I don't know. Like I wouldn't say he's like someone. That's not how where I got the name, I guess. But I do fuck with that. We share the last name, same
Yeah.
last name.
Yeah, no, I was just curious. I was just curious. I know like he was a huge inspiration for you because 13 Degrees, the artist.
No, I don't think so.
He's
Maybe
definitely very much underground, but he's got a bit of a following. He's going a bit crazy right now too,
I need to
and
tap in.
he he's 13 because James Harden was his favorite basketball player for a while. He was on the Rockets and he was number 13 in like high school and shit like that. So that was his name, 13 Degrees. So I was like,
That's fire.
maybe he's a big Dwayne Wade fan. And yeah, if I was you two, I'd be rocking that shit. Be look at my relative right here, Dwayne Wade. Look at him go.
Yeah, I used to tell people in like elementary school that like he was my second uncle or like step uncle or something, even though he
Hey,
wasn't. But
hey, man, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen, you don't know that for a fact. He's lying. Dwayne Wade is in fact his second uncle. You don't know that.
yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I've
I
I've
love it,
thought
man.
about like changing my Instagram username to like jwade3 or whatever because that's his number. I don't
Yeah,
know. Maybe I'll do it. We'll see.
that's kind of hard, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of fire. Jay
Yeah.
Wade, though, and honestly, because they used to, Dwayne Wade, they call him like D Wade. Jay
Hmm.
Wade is actually sounds better than D Wade. I think you've won the nickname battle there. Jay Wade sounds a lot harder than D Wade.
That's fun. I appreciate that. One day, hopefully, it'd be legendary if I could ever meet him one day. Like I don't know. That's a dream of
Let's
mine.
speak it into existence. The D Wade
Yeah.
J Wade link up is gonna be insane, man. Maybe you can run a little quick 1-on-one against
Oh,
show 'em what those Indiana boys are like, man.
yeah. Maybe run it back. Pacers versus Heat.
Jay, you'll run the point for the Pacers, man.
Yeah.
Fuck up Dwayne Wade. Hey, man, shout out Dwayne Wade though. Link up with my
Facts.
man
Yeah.
Jay Wade when the time's right. You just gotta make a few more bangers. He'll get on your radar.
One
Yeah,
day. Yeah.
simple as
When
that.
I'm if I'm courtside in Miami, maybe one day.
That'll happen. I'll be there with you. I'll be there with you.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fact, we'll go to the game together. We'll go to the game together. Jay Wade. What's in the works this year, man? 2024. This is a big year for you, in my opinion. There's another year you further cement yourself as one of the bigger artists in the underground and eventually making a foray into the mainstream. Talk to me though. What's going on in 2024? Anything you could talk about? Anything you know is about to drop? Anything at all?
Oh man, nothing that I'm like too for certain that's gonna drop. I guess where I would like mention it because then if it doesn't drop, like I don't know.
Yeah,
But
fair enough, of course.
for like, I just want to work with more smaller artists, build with like more underground shit, and then also like I don't know, also try to break into some more mainstream shit too. Like um, I don't know. I'm at the point now where I got some opportunities. Like I just gotta take advantage of them. Like start cooking if I'm cooking up every day, like sending out to the right people, like shit will come, more shit will come, bigger shit will come. And then I also want to grow with like some new artists like oh man, I really fuck with Skate Star. I really want to get a lot of shit with him because
So
he's so
fire.
fire.
So fire.
Yeah. Uh who else? Like Thrax, Southside, all of them. Like they're going up. They're like damn near already like if they consider underground like in the underground mainstream,
Yeah,
that's where they are.
they graduated from underground university. Now
Yeah.
they're like yeah, I don't know how to explain them. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I obviously get what you're saying, but yeah, they're obviously pretty big time now for sure. But
Yeah.
still opportunity to grow with them and still opportunity to make a shit ton of bangers with them. So in a quick little sentence, work with a shit ton of more people and sort of just grow with a bunch more people as well at the same time.
Facts. Yeah, just trying to grow. Just like, yeah, grow as much as possible.
Love it. Jay Wade, 2029. It's 5 years from now.
Yeah,
Crazy. Almost 20. Next year, I'm going to say when I ask this question, it's going to be 2030. That's going to be
that's
crazy.
crazy.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get there, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Wade, 2029, 5 years from now, where are you going to be, man? Tell the people. Give a little idea what the future is going to look like. Where are people going to find you?
Hopefully courtside at the Miami Heat game, but
With me.
yeah,
Don't forget me. With
with
me.
expressions,
I'll
yeah.
be there. Okay, courtside Miami
No,
game.
I
What
don't know.
else?
Just I don't know, doing some creative shit, producing, making clothes, taking pictures, making art, painting, drawing. I don't even know. Something like that. Like hopefully living in a cool place. New York, LA, I don't know, Amsterdam,
Fuck yeah.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
Somewhere cool. Like I don't know. That's just where I like want to be in the next 5, 10 years, something like that. Just like living my dreams. That's the goal.
Beautiful.
Accomplishing my goals.
Yeah, beautiful. As long as you're,
Have
it seems like as long as you're able to express yourself creatively in a way that you find is meaningful, that means everything to you. Whether it's to music, clothes, whatever it may be. Maybe just taking a walk around Tokyo on a nice afternoon, man.
facts.
That could mean
Yeah.
the world to you. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be crazy. Like that's life changing right there.
100%. Well, I can't wait to see that happen for you because that's gonna be a reality soon. That will be a reality, Jay Wade. I can see the future, man. It's one of my special abilities.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Have
Jay
you ever
Wade.
heard
Oh yeah.
have you ever heard the Joey? You know Joey, the rapper?
Yeah, of course, of course, of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. In this interview he goes, a guy asked him what's his biggest goal and he goes, "My biggest goal for the next year is to accomplish my goals." And I think that's funny and that's true though. Like that's what I'm on. My biggest goal for the next 5 years, accomplish all my
Like,
goals.
accomplish all my goals. Nah, he's a funny mother. All those dudes are funny ass motherfuckers. Shout
They
out Chet
are.
Theory, man. Shout out Chet
Yeah,
Theory.
yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
Joey. All
Shout out. They're from
those
like Massachusetts, right? That area?
Yeah, yeah, I know Joey. I know Joey's from Attlesboro, Massachusetts, which is one of the most craziest places to be from for a guy to be like that, in my opinion. But fuck it, dude. I love it. They're all so crazy. Shout out Nextel too for managing those motherfuckers,
Oh
man,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
He's really done a lot for them. Yeah,
Yeah,
And when you
facts.
said Joey too, his name is so funny too. I'm like Joey,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, Joey,
Yeah, yeah,
Joey.
the rapper Joey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, my biggest goal in 2024 is to accomplish all my fucking goals I have for 2024. So
yeah.
well
Yeah,
said. So well fucking said.
facts.
Jay Wade, dude, it's been a fucking blast, honestly. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. Tell the people where can they find you though? Socials, Instagram, SoundCloud, whatever else you want to tell people about, please.
Really just J Wade with 3 E's on Instagram. That's really all I got. Like YouTube, I'm not too active on there anymore. You could go listen to some old beats if you want. Just look up like Prod J Wade. SoundCloud, I need to make a page so bad. I don't even have a page,
I
which is
yeah,
crazy.
come on,
I
we
just
need a
have
Jay
like a
Wade
like
SoundCloud page. Can we get a Jay Wade prod tape one day? Can we? Is that too much to ask?
hopefully, yeah, yeah.
Love
Or
it.
yeah, right now I just got one of those like user one three eight four nine
Yeah,
six
of course.
whatever. Like,
Classic, classic,
but
classic.
yeah, I need to just make a page. I don't know. Yeah, I need to tap more in with other social medias because I don't really have like a TikTok or anything like that or Twitter. But just really, I'm on Instagram heavy. Like J Wade 3 E's on Instagram. Hopefully 1 E one day. I'm trying to
Hopefully
get the
one E
other.
one day. Yeah, hopefully one
Yeah,
E. Well, that's it. Before I ask my final question, do you want to be known as just Jay Wade with one E, or you like the three E's? Like, because
I
in
really
the credits, sometimes it's one, sometimes it's three. I don't know yet. Which set the record straight. What do you want to be called?
just 1 E, just J Wade, but the Instagram username's taken. So yeah, a lot of the credits have 3 E's, or sometimes they'll put even like 6 E's or something crazy.
Yeah, I've seen in yeah. I've always wondered that
So
too. Yeah,
it's just I wish it was just 1 E to like clear it up. That's why I'm thinking about maybe just making it J Wade 3. But I don't know.
dude.
I'm trying to get that username one day, just J Wade.
Yeah, I think you 100% will. You could definitely hit up that guy one day when the time's right, and he'll cough it up. He'll cough it up. I think.
His last post was like 2011, so I don't
Oh,
even know if he's active anymore. But
dude, that's my thing with Instagram because, for example, so with my name too, and my handle. It's fucking awful because I have a bunch of underscores in the X.
Hmm.
The reason I put three X's was just because, I wasn't the first person to drop an E from expressions and put an X on it, right? I'm not the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
fucking person. So I'm like, oh, if I put three, that'll make me just stand out a bit more because I love the name. So I'll put three X's, and maybe there'll be an Instagram handle, shit like that.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
the one with three X's, it doesn't even exist. It's not there. I try to look it up. It's not there. It just is non-existent. But how does that fare to obviously someone like you where your name is a huge part of your image and your brand and like your career as well? You think that
Hmm.
Instagram would try to help motherfuckers like you or motherfuckers like me out? Like, let me get that
Yeah, both
shit,
of us.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
wish there was a
ridiculous.
way to like you know how you can buy a URL, like a
Yeah,
.com. Wish you could buy a username. I'm sure that'll exist one day, but yeah.
we should make that. That's probably a great idea. Me and Jay Wade are gonna found a tech company that is going to be a Instagram domain buying place. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do now. Fuck
Some,
music. I'm not gonna interview anyone anymore. This is what we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
do, Jay Wade. But
Because some usernames, like if you got the like at basketball username, that's probably worth like shit. Someone like ESPN would pay a hell for that,
they
but
would pay
yeah,
7 figures for that. They would pay seven
yeah,
figures plus for that. Easy, easy. Yeah, you'd be a
yeah,
millionaire
yeah.
off of just making the basketball Instagram many years ago.
That's crazy. 7 figures off usernames.
Insane, insane, insane. Oh my God. Jay Wade, any last words for the people out there? Give a closing statement, please. Floor's yours.
uh, just do what you want to do in life. Uh, we all pass away at the end of the day, so just do what you want to do. Don't focus too much on like uh what other people want. Focus on what you want. Do that. Uh, not everything's gonna be easy, but it all will work out at the end of the day.
It always works out at the end of the day. You gotta believe
Yeah,
that, people. You gotta believe that. It has to be you who believes that because it, in fact, always works out at the end of the day. I can assure you. Jay
facts.
Wade, fucking legend, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Everyone, make sure you go tap into this man and stay tuned for 2024 because in 2024, he's accomplishing all of his goals that he had for
Yes.
2024. So this shit's about to be crazy. Jay Wade,
Yep.
again, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you for coming on. And to all the people listening out there, thank you so much. And until next time.